Coming up, battling to complete the jungle platform.
I really don't think we're going to get this finished.
A special rainforest dinner.
You can't eat that! Frog!
And a orang attack captured on camera. The Sirius Jungle team are deep in the Borneo rainforest, working hard in the tropical heat. They're building a huge feeding platform, the last link in returning endangered orangutans to the wild. The pressure's on, with just a few days to complete it before the opening ceremony. There's been a lot of flirting in the forest, and Larry and Imo seem to be getting very close.
I really feel strongly for her. You know, she's just, well, she's told me that, you know, she feels the same. We've been getting on very well. But she does have a boyfriend back home, which is a problem.
Hannah's problem is that she's had a crush on Larry since day one. It's not helping her relationship with Imo.
Imo, I have a personal problem with her. She just really gets to me. And it is because I'm jealous. And of course I'm so jealous because of Larry.
The building project is going well. So expedition leader Bruce decides to offer the team a unique survival experience, to spend the night out in the jungle with just what they're wearing. It will be extremely challenging.
We're gonna get muddy, it's gonna be a bit tough. You know, it could be a chilly night, it could be all sorts of things.
Each has a tough decision, whether or not to go.
I know I would regret it if I didn't go. I know I would.
Same.
I'm really not in the mood. If it was like at a different time, then I would, but I just really don't feel up to it.
And our
Thing is,
breakfast cooked by the time
we
you
get
get
time
back.
of night. I know I won't have the time
It's
of night.
I'm definitely going.
Yep, same here.
I'm definitely
going.
not.
You're definitely
I'm
not.
not. I don't want to go now.
I think I would never be able to do anything like this normally, and I just really want to be in a proper survival situation that doesn't actually involve the possibility of me dying.
In the end, all but Luke take up the challenge, and urgent first task is to find a site for a shelter. So far, it's rained every night in the jungle. The team spot 2 logs lying over a gully.
I think it looks good.
They've got less than 4 hours to make it home.
Gang, good luck. I'll be back in a minute, yeah?
Okay, we need a couple of people on, well, nearly everyone, straight stick duty.
Plan is get lots of straight sticks and put it as slats going across, and then cover the top with the leaves just to make it waterproof.
If we have to sleep soaking wet, then that's going to be a big problem. And it's going to be really hard to get this place waterproof. Okay, everyone lie down. Let's see if this is big enough.
How many is this, all of us?
Is that how
We've got Dan. We've got Dan as well,
Yeah.
people. And Bruce and Emma.
Yeah, but we're sleeping but to head and toe.
Mid-afternoon, and Daniel's not feeling too well. Expedition medics Beth and Roz are worried.
He's got horrific bouts. He's also complained about bellyache and the fact that he's been extremely cold when it has rained. There's a little risk of hypothermia as well.
Do you think it's going to be a bad idea for you to stay out? I know you want to stay, but we're worried that it's going to ruin the rest of your expedition and you're going to get really ill. I'm not trying to stop you, okay? I'm just saying I'm worried about you.
Think about yourself.
You said like because I'm not like feeling as well as I could be, like I should go home base camp, but I really wanted to stay. Oh.
When I first saw it, it didn't look very promising. It was kind of a big log with some bats in it and a very slopey, muddy bit of ground inhabited by millipedes. But now it actually looks quite good.
But Bruce is not so convinced.
No, I'm a bit worried actually. We've only got an hour and a bit, and although it looks kind of thick, I know full well that if it rained now, we'd get kind of wet. So we really, you know, the pressure's on. We've got lots more to collect, I think.
Just before sunset, the team decide the shelter's as good as it's going to get.
I'm really proud of it.
I'm really good.
Yeah.
It probably isn't waterproof, but it looks good.
It looks
good.
great.
That's what
Excited
matters,
to
really.
sleep in it. We want to
Yeah,
test it out.
it looks really cool.
Wicked.
Supper time, and with little to eat, one of the rangers has been out looking for food.
Ah, Mr. Gabilly, good man.
Oh, look. It's still alive.
Please do not. Are we going to eat it?
You can't eat that.
Don't kill Frederick.
I mean, come on, how much meat is that going to be between 12 of us?
Nothing. What's the point?
And it's alive.
You can have my bit.
Going. Well, I'm not saying anything yet. Mr. Gabilly's just bought it for me. This is the sort of thing that would be really, really good to eat. And I have eaten these on a number of occasions, and you know, it's all right. But
What's it taste like?
it tastes really nice.
Do you eat all of it?
Yeah. I mean, like when I was eating them, they just literally ate the lot.
Oh, but he's alive.
Wasting life like
Yeah,
that.
and it's not even that much
really
meat. Like, what would we get? We'd get like
Exactly.
a finger's amount.
We've got spam.
Yeah, but spam was an animal.
Look
before
at
they
it, it's so
killed it as well.
pretty. And we probably won't eat it anyway, will we?
I'd eat it if we did. Oh, Bruce, what's your opinion?
Well, the thing is, like, I've eaten these in places where they eat them every day because that's what they walk around the jungle and they pick these up and they eat them because that's their food. It's like you go to the supermarket. So I don't see it as such a bad thing.
Who votes we don't eat the frog?
If it was killed, I would perfectly happy eating it.
Yeah, I'm not going to vote. If it's killed, I'll eat it.
Right, okay, gang. Because some of you are against it, then we'll let little Mr. Froggy go.
Go on.
Yeah, he's just died of a heart attack.
It's pretty funny.
He's going to hop into the fire now.
Oh no, the irony!
He's gone.
With Frog off the menu, they've just a few lunch leftovers to share out between them. They're getting exhausted and irritable.
Nobody was listening to me. Well, I have to say things like 18 times just to get a response.
That was my fault completely. I'm really sorry, Anne. That was me.
That's all right, don't worry.
Stupid survival thing.
I knew I wouldn't enjoy it, and I'm not enjoying it. I've never been this tired in my life.
Just as they're preparing for bed, it rains. Apart from a few drips, the shelter holds up well.
Now we've had some rain, hopefully that'll be it for the night. It was only a little shower, but I think that'll do us. We tested the shelter a bit. I don't want any more rain just in case it doesn't hold out.
But the jungle has other problems.
Well, I just sort of lay down to rest for a minute. And I just got bitten all up my arm from ants. And there's loads of them. Little nest just right by where I'm sleeping tonight.
I'm sleeping next to Larry. Should be pleased. But I'm not. I just spent the whole time thinking, he wishes I was Imo. He wishes I was Imo. I wish I was Imo. I hate her because there's nothing to hate her for.
To be over. I want it to be tomorrow morning. I shouldn't have done this.
They've done really well. I'm really, really proud of them, really. I mean, they only had half a day, and in that time they've managed to make a shelter, which you know, takes quite a long time. I don't think it's very good. You know, the choice of location isn't the best, and you know, if it rains it could be a problem, but you know, I think they're in good spirits, and I think they may well enjoy the night.
But at 1:30 in the morning, the heavens open. It's a full jungle downpour. Bruce quickly decides they've got to evacuate.
It's an experience, I'll give you that.
That's a joke. It's like pouring with rain and our thing is not foolproof.
I'm sodden.
JC, you alright?
That was under the shelter.
We need the belt.
Alright, gang, let's start moving on to the path. Follow me.
Okay.
Alright, face the torches out.
For safety reasons, the shelter was placed close to the base camp, and they're back in just a few minutes.
Listen to me, have you got everyone here? I was pretty happy to leave, to tell you the truth, because I was so cold.
It looks so waterproof from the outside. I mean, we've done really everything we could, but we might as well have been sitting out in the rain for all the use of our roof was.
And that was definitely an emergency, and they were getting cold, and when they're getting cold they need to be looked after, so the fire was out, everything was down, they were shivering, they needed to come back, no two ways about it.
Next morning, Daniel still doesn't seem too well.
Daniel he didn't really help with the fire much. He went to get a little bit of firewood, and I'm not sure really what's wrong with him. He's sort of sitting over in the jungle on his own.
Came over here just sort of like on my own, because before I could actually feel like nearly being sick, and I feel as though I still might be sick.
He was meant to be doing breakfast with Larry, and then when he wasn't down, he got shouted at again. And now he's gone into his I'm ill mood again. So.
He soon gets his appetite back.
I'm feeling alright now, even if I did chuck up.
It's now just 2 days till the platform's opening, and the team hit a problem.
The supports for the steps are a lot closer together than we thought, so we're having to recut every single step piece of wood, which is demoralising, to say the least.
To add to their troubles, the inevitable, another tropical downpour.
What's up, Daniel?
Rain's not.
But it's the rainforest. What did you expect?
It's the dry season.
It's the rainforest. There's something in the name that suggests that it might occasionally rain.
Work goes on.
We're carrying on in the rain because we have to get the supports up by tomorrow.
With all the morning's problems, things are going much more slowly than planned.
We are halfway through today, which means we've got 1.5 days of work left, and there's so much to do, it's unbelievable. I mean, I was confident this morning we'd get it done, but I really don't think we're going to get this finished unless our work effort increases, but we can't increase it because we are all working so hard.
Each day there's a live satellite link-up from the jungle reporting back to CBBC in Britain, and today it's Imo's turn.
Are you missing everyone at home?
Yes, so much. I'm so homesick, but I know as soon as I go home I'll be jungle sick.
The broadcast is attracting quite an audience in the jungle.
Freezing when I come back.
What about your boyfriend?
Yeah, of course I miss my boyfriend. I miss him loads.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because I've got a little surprise for you. Look who I've got here. Come on, Sam, come in. I brought Sam to have a chat with you.
Hello.
Hi, Sam. I miss you so much. How are you?
I love you, and I miss you.
I love you too, Sam. Thanks for coming in today.
Okay.
It's an absolute pleasure.
I can't stop smiling. I'm shaking.
The wild orangutans have taken a real shine to the camera equipment. It's getting hard to keep them away.
Guys, you won't believe what just happened yet. Sam was on TV. I just spoke to Sam and he was on exchange. How cool is that? Sam, my boyfriend. Oh, well. It's really weird, though. It's such a surprise. He's just there. In the studio? Yeah.
Feeling okay? Yeah, I'm feeling fine. Everyone's giving me like funny smiles and things around. But no, I'm okay, I'm cool. I'm cool. Just gonna get on with my work, I think.
As the rain comes down yet again, Bruce makes a worrying discovery.
I just climbed on a tree to go and collect one of the cameras that we've got like on a static point at the top of the tree, only to see that the camera disappeared, and I thought, what's going on? And then suddenly I burst into hysterics as I realised the inevitable, and that was that an orangutan had stolen it. And then I looked up through the rain and I could see this thing about 10 foot in front of me, and there he was, waving this camera. Quite dangerous though now. I've got to get the group away from here, because if that thing drops, you know, potentially lethal.
Parts start raining down, including the tape cassette.
Nicely chewed tape from Mr. Orangutan. I'm right in his forepath here. So you can imagine him at the top of the tree pressing a button and the whole thing and coming out. And then him getting this out, unravelling it like they like to do. They just know how to annoy us the most, and then dropping it to the ground. Kind of lucky we got this, it's the one bit we want, but I dread to think that he's going to drop the rest of it.
The Serious Jungle camera crew set about salvaging the tape. Amazingly, they get it to play. And even more amazingly, it shows the very moment the orangutan steals the camera. Back at camp, Larry's starting to accept that he can't come between Imo and her boyfriend.
She hadn't spoken to him for a time, and so today I think she was really sort of happy about that, excited by it all, and I wasn't.
Why is he upset that I talked to my boyfriend? It's like, oh. I mean, people, he's like, they're saying he's jealous and stuff, but why? I mean, it's just like, just talk to him and it's like no big deal.
But Larry still has a fan in Hannah.
Had Mandy, which was really quite nice, especially since Larry decided to wash at exactly the same time, so.
Hannah's quite sort of open about how she feels about me, I think. We're good friends, and you know, I think we're just sort of keeping it that way.
It's just a little infatuation. I will get over it. I just don't wish to at this particular moment.
Final day at the project site. There's lots to do, but work is at a standstill as Bruce tries to retrieve the stolen camera.
This will be a huge delay because we needed every second we could get, didn't we? So we might even struggle to finish now.
Check this, gang.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
What a mess.
It was like there was a branch with like 3 little twigs and it was just there. And a wind, I bet you that would have come down. You can imagine, feel the weight of that. But worst of all,
Oh, my goodness.
was this clamp. Check that.
What about it?
Feel the weight of it.
That was up there.
That'll kill you, promise you.
Oh, mad breed.
I know. There's a bit of an issue up there. But look at that! How inquisitive was she?
Goggly pop.
Looking for food. So we can now formally go back to work.
Oh, you vermin little thing.
Luke's fear of spiders has obsessed him all trip.
Wow. What do you mean, wow?
But there are far more dangerous things in the jungle.
Careful, deadfall!
Wow.
A huge dead tree has fallen just meters from the platform. Known as deadfall, it's the rainforest's biggest killer.
The buttress roots on the tree just completely dead and rotten and couldn't support it anymore, and just the tree just fell over. It's lucky it didn't hit the platform or anyone on it.
If Luke hadn't seen the spider, he could have been right where the tree fell.
I'm glad I waited 5 minutes before I went to the toilet. Because I'd be down there too. Just think, like, any one of us could have gone to the loo under that tree and just been killed. So it's really, like, scary. It's, like, more dangerous than anything else in the jungle.
After all the hold-ups and distractions, JC's very concerned.
Right, everyone, can you please listen? It's not my turn to be bossy today, but we're all in a bit of a mess, because we've got about 3.5 hours before we have to go back until we lose the light. We've got 3 people doing the plaque, where we need 2 at a maximum, because we really are struggling. We're not going to get everything finished.
We've got about 10 people on one job. There's just no need. This job's like cutting the handrail, which you can do on your own.
Under JC's guidance, they start to pull together. Things come together far quicker than expected.
That was the last nail, guys. Yeah, brilliant.
You've done it, and I'm really, really happy that it's all sorted on the platform. It looks really, really nice now. Like tomorrow we're just going to brush it down, get all the sawdust off.
It's beginning to hit the team that this is the last full night at base camp.
At the moment I'm really, really settled in, and I'm really happy. And it's just that now I'm happy and settled in, we find out we have to go. And I'm going to be sad.
Hiya. Major development today, actually. I looked at Larry, and I looked him straight in the eyes, and I thought, you're not sexy. And then I just thought to myself, why didn't you see that like 3 weeks earlier? I mean, he's still good looking, but he's not like this major super god of sexiness anymore. So, I suppose that's good. It's very good, actually. I'll actually be able to live a happy and fulfilling life for the last day of our trip.
Well, how long does it take you?
Early next morning, keepers set out from the orangutan centre with a group of young orphans. Their destination, the Sirius Jungle feeding platform.
You guys here, you are the ones that built this. And I just want to say to you how proud I am of the work that you've done here. I think you've done an amazing, amazing job. It's your platform and you should be proud.
All right.
The orangutans have finally arrived in the area, but will they want to use the platform?
Oh, look at the baby one's little arms. Oh, it's so sweet.
To everyone's relief, they immediately take to it.
I got really tearful when they were climbing on, because it's just amazing that we built and we created ourselves is now like their new home, and it like is really important to their survival.
It was a fabulous feeling. She put all the effort in, and then you think, well, I wonder if it'll get used. And yeah, it was a great feeling. We were all really happy, and a couple of them were on the verge of crying. They were that happy, so excellent.
From now on, the orangutans will live here, deep in the rainforest. They'll be fed at the Sirius Jungle platform for as long as they need it, till eventually they return completely to the wild.
This is a really good sense of achievement. I'm so happy. Had an excellent time. And I think I've probably had a few more laughs than I have cries, which is a good thing.
It's been the most exciting experience of my life, and I can't really think of anything that's ever going to rate against this.
I think all of us feel the same, that this is one thing that we will never, ever forget.